Good afternoon, my friends, people I care about. This is 17th of September 2020, and there's something I wanted to just share with people, and it is the fact that I've been haunted by some images that I've seen in Stockton, Thornaby, and Middlesbrough over the last few days. On Thursday, um, on Tuesday, uh, I was driving through Thornaby with my friend from the farm. He was taking me to see where I could get some pallets because I'm thinking about doing a shed. And on the way, I was shocked at all the emaciated zombies on the street. These young girls and men who were just standing on the streets, completely emaciated, um, just looking for prostitution. And it, it wasn't just in Thornaby. We went to Middlesbrough, to Acklam, and uh, we just saw these. They looked horrifying. Makeup on. They looked like real zombies, and it kind of shocked me. And I've been thinking about this. How did they get to that state? Now I know there are a lot more prostitutes on the streets than we used to see just on Hartington Lane and Yarm Lane in Stockton. I've been seeing them for the last 10 years, but these ones I saw on Tuesday, the day before yesterday, were it's I wake up in the morning and I'm haunted by this image. It wasn't like this a year ago. I mean, we're just 6 months into this, what's it called? This pandemic, so-called pandemic. And I think to myself, what can we do? Is there anything we can do for these people? And I don't think there is anything we can do for them. But people might think that, well, that's their career choice. That's not their career choice. That's their lifestyle choice, as the South Yorkshire Police claimed with all the child grooming that was going on there. But I say no. That's not the case. These people that come from broken homes. They've been their families have been broken up, and their single mums have been had like financial incentive to get their own place, and I know that from living in Manchester, in Moss Side. I couldn't get with a housing agency. I just couldn't get on a list for like 4 years. I could never get on, but there were, if you're single mothers and asylum seekers, they were straight on white. Well, how do I say it? Like I'm like working, so it was just never going to happen to me, and I was forced out of where I really liked living. But what I saw was that all the council incentives are to break up families. I also know from experience a friend of ours who had a child taken away by social services at birth. She was called Eva Kenton from Stockton. She was a friend of my mother's, a friend of the family. She was a little bit, she was psychic, which I didn't understand at the time, but she would say crazy things like she could sense spirits, whatever. Um, anyway, yeah, she was a bit odd that way. But that didn't mean that she wasn't a good mother. She would have been a perfectly good mother. And uh, Newcastle Social Services took the child from her at birth. We tried to help get it back. We did, because social services plagiarised themselves in the family hearing. So she got the child back, and then I lost touch with her, and she's now untraceable, uncontactable. And I realise now, oh, this is about 25 years ago, by the way. I realise now that once social services target someone, they don't let go until they've got them. They want the kid, and they want her. If you're an isolated person, then they'll target you. And I regret not keeping in touch with her, but it's only just like now, the last couple of years, that it's dawned onto me what's going on. And I ask people to look. Is this wobbling? Just look in your own lives. You must see? How can you see something odd like that happening? And do you not connect it with everything else? Well, no, we don't. We Right, I'm losing my thread a bit there. Anyway, so these there's nothing we can do for them. What we can do is send them our love and prayers and mercy, and hope they can find themselves and pick themselves out of their situation. But what we can do in this short time that we've got on in this life is to stop this happening in the first place. We've got to get to the source of this corruption. Why are they taking our children? Why are they picking off the isolated? Why are they doing all this sex trafficking? You might not know about that because it's not mentioned on the news. If you come to the march in Trafalgar Square on Saturday, there's many good speakers. There'll be John Wedger, who's a Met Office policeman who uncovered a lot of sex trafficking, pedophilia crimes, and they were just being ignored, and by the judges and his controllers in the police, and so he's just become a whistleblower, and he's explaining all of this. But yeah, we've got to wake up and see what's going on around us. So many of us are stuck with our noses in the phone like this. They just don't see what's going on. So on that same day that I saw all those zombies, and I think it's going to get worse. I can't imagine what it's going to be like this time next year. All we can do is look after ourselves, look after everyone we know, our family, our loved ones, and keep our vibrations high. Now, what was I going to talk about next? Yeah. So, have a look around my garden, right? This is a wood store. I don't want to go cold this winter. I don't want to look this way because all my washing's out. I've been clearing a space here next to my shed. There's my old shed that's too packed, and I've got this area here that I want to put another shed. That's what I was looking for the pallets for, but I'm not going to do that now. I've found a second-hand one that I can dismantle and put apart. Okay. Right. So if someone had told me 20 years ago that the New World Order are going to take over the world and they're going to do it through your local council, I think I would have laughed. I think anyone would have laughed. You know, what are the council for? They're supposed to be just collecting bins and street lighting. That's it. But they don't even do that properly. The bins, they you know, for the last 20 years, diligently we've been separating all the waste until recently we found out that they've been trying to dump it in third world countries like China, Malaysia, Africa, and they're not recycling it. The reason they started this separation was because they were sold on the idea that they could get a revenue stream from fining people if they put the wrong things in the wrong bin through little magnetic little RFID chips on every product. But they can't even dispose of it properly. So, well, we don't chuck out much anyway. Most of our food comes fresh. I've just I finished here, but there's a farm I'm involved with, and we get fresh food there, or we get it from River Ford in brown paper bags. So we don't have much waste anyway there. In fact, sometimes our bins are just empty. And as for the lighting, well, I've been in discussion with the council for 5 years now about these horrible LED white lights. We've got 24/7 daylight, and the lamp is just 6 meters from our bedroom. It means we can't sleep properly because it upsets our biorhythms, not just humans but all animals, all insects, pollinators, because the human body, well, all bodies have a internal biological clock that needs to follow the clock of daylight, like very bright daylight today, coming into my eyes, making me produce serotonin, stay awake, digest and things, and then on an evening when the sun goes down, you get the red, the yellow colours, and that makes you produce melatonin, and that helps you sleep. But all of these patterns are being disrupted, and there are scientific studies. There's the Barcelona study, there's many others that I could show that these white lights are increasing prostate and ovarian cancer, especially the Barcelona study explains that one. So just on that topic, you might be interested to let me show you this, right? Someone kindly put this diffuser on the lamp about 6 weeks ago for me, and it's been like, you know, like old days, like those old sodium lamps, and I've slept well, and it's good. But then obviously someone must have said, one neighbour, someone must have mentioned something at the council. They came along one day and took pictures of it, and they ripped this thing off. So a friend of mine, I managed to get a friend of mine to try and put one back on, but we couldn't do it. It just dropped off. Now, even maybe if I do it again, or get someone else to do it again, this might be even this would be better. It's still white, but at least it's safe because it's diffusing the light. It's not like a laser polarized LED light. This would be better, but anyway, that's so councils, right? I was saying the council, who'd have thought, you know, new world order take over through your local council. No, over the last 10 years the councils have been subsumed by like a world body. A lot of it's to do with the UN, a lot of it is to do with NGOs and corporations. And there is something called I don't know the name of it, but it's a World Council of Mayors, of mayors, of councils. And they, your regular council that you get, like the local ones that you vote for, they've been marginalised, and now they've got no control over major decisions anymore. They're just made to squabble over their left-right politics, and they're given nice pensions and stay quiet. And if you're going to cause trouble, the party will make sure you don't get elected. Only the right people, only the yes people will get elected. And it's the councils that are controlling the MPs and the government. The people like our local MP, Matt Vickers, he was a councillor that I suspect that he's only got where he was because he's just very obedient to, he's a career politician, and they tell him to say this, say that, fight for more funding for NHS. And I know I've been trolling him and the other mayors, Ben Hootchin of the Tees Valley, and the Andy Preston of Middlesbrough. He's a millionaire hedge fund manager of European banks, so he's got a vested interest in this top-down takeover of society. They've just recently banned me from commenting on the. So right, I think I'll finish things off. There's something else I wanted to say. Yes. This change document. Right. Today's the 17th of September. This is the government consultation document, changes to human medicine regulations to support the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines. I wonder if you can see that in my glasses, because I know it's reversed, but then it's reversed from double reversed. You might see that. Just a little experiment. Consultation document, changes to human medicine regulations to support the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines. Now, it's 14 pages, and I'm not going to read it all out to you, but basically what it's saying is they want to be able to do a mass vaccination program. It's called Operation Moonshot, although they don't say that here. That's the code name. And they want to be able to push out unlicensed COVID vaccines before the end of this year, before the EU get a chance to regulate the UK. And they want unlicensed, untrained people, well, trained people, but unmedically qualified people to do all this mass vaccination. There's a big vaccine factory being built in Billingham. So it's very concerning. I've seen reports of children coming home from school and they've been vaccinated against their parents' consent, and their mothers have gone absolutely livid. I'll just say what it is. I'll just read the first paragraph of this document, and I want you to take some action on this, because if we don't respond to this document, then they're just going to push this through. If there's no objection, then they take that as our tacit consent to push ahead with these changes. They're saying COVID-19 is the biggest threat this country has faced in peacetime history, and then they're going to say effective COVID-19 vaccines will be the best way to deal with the pandemic. they say that the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation will advise the UK government on which COVID-19 vaccines the UK should use and on the priority groups to receive the vaccine based on the best available clinical modelling and epidemiological data. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that Neil Ferguson did. Remember? You know, he got things massively wrong, but that's how they get their evidence. It's all statistical. Yeah, but they're saying priority groups, so there's going to be different grades of vaccine for different people. No one's talked about this. They've not mentioned that on the news media. Why would there be different COVID vaccines for different people? Well, all I can do is make some hypotheses here. Is that they've got everyone's medical data because the government, NHS have worked with Google to get everyone's data. They've got everyone's data. They know who you are. So when they come to vaccine you, there will be the vaccine for you. Right. So we can only theorize here, right? Conspiracy theorize, right? If you like, right? Are they trying? Well, I'll ask just asking questions. What are they doing, right? Why don't they tell us anyway? So we've got to ask these questions. Will there be a different vaccine for the elderly to kill them off, so that they're not a burden on society? Will there be different vaccines for the emergency services and the police to make them more to lose their empathy, to make them more aggressive? Will there be different vaccines for different people they've targeted for different roles? It sounds like crazy science fiction when I say that they can give you a vaccine and it can affect your behaviour. But I'll say this anyway. I'll sound crazy, but I'll say it. It's just there are certain frequencies that can induce, and there are patents for this. Certain frequencies and pulses can induce certain states of your mind. They can make you more. Some can make you more aggressive. Some can have other effects, and it's all to do with if they've got these nanoparticles like tungsten, mercury, other aluminium, things like that can resonate certain frequencies with the electromagnetic Wi-Fi and stuff like that. They can that combined with the vaccine, they can control behaviors. Right. It's so important. I really want people to understand this. Okay, anyway, regarding this document, we've only got until tomorrow to complain, to make a response, and at the back of it it's saying, so all you've got to do is send an email to COVID vaccine consultation at dhsc.gov.uk and to say, I do not agree with these changes, or please do not apply these changes, or you do not have consent. Do you like my t-shirt, by the way? Anyway, this has got to be done now, today. I've been posting this on my Facebook, and someone called Abby came back and said, what's the point of doing it? Do you think they're going to listen to us anyway? Well, the amount of words she put in there, she could have just sent an email and said, you do not have my consent. Do not apply these changes. Right, I think I've said as much as I need to say. I've got to head up to Newcastle this afternoon, and Saturday, early Saturday, we're heading down to London, to Trafalgar Square. We're expecting something like 100,000 people there. We've certainly got at least 3 times more people, maybe 4 times more people coming from the northeast, and people are waking up. And whilst they're trying to divide us with isolation, put fear into us, when we come together with like-minded people, you realise, that our heart energy, there's a big toroidal field of love, and that you feel that you can connect with people. And when you get 100,000 people together all in one place, it's just there's an amazing energy which comes through us, whether it's from the earth, whether it's from the sun or the cosmos. But something wonderful is happening. Something wonderful is happening. And that's why people like me, we have no fear. I have no fear about this virus, because I understand it all. I've known right back from the days of the AIDS thing, and there's another story I could go into with that about my brother, because he was diagnosed HIV positive, and then he died within a couple of years. Then he got AIDS, like I see those zombies on the streets. They've got AIDS. They've got a metabolic disorder because they're taking drugs. They're emaciated. Their bodies are eating themselves alive because of the drugs they take. It's not because of HIV. HIV was just a marker at best, a way of. That was when the PCR test first came out. Anyway, it was this scam. They learned from that. I need to go into detail on that on another video, because it's a big story that needs to be told, and it's also where the LGBT movement started from. But anyway, I hope to see you in London on Saturday. Smile and show your faces. Don't wear masks. Smile and do not consent. Thank you for watching. Bye.